Welcome to the Redefined Podcast.
All right, happy Thursday and happy podcast day to you. Welcome to the show if you're brand new. And of course, if you're an existing listener, welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I'd like to remind you, if you're watching the video version of this, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss an episode. And of course, like this video when we're done. And if you are listening to the podcast version, make sure you hit that plus sign at the top of whatever app you happen to be listening on. We have a new episode every Tuesday and Thursday. So welcome to the Thursday episode. Today, I want to talk about a quote, a post, a meme, I guess, that I saw on my Facebook feed today that I really disagree with wholeheartedly. And I disagree with a lot of posts like this, and it really goes back to nuance and the lack of nuance that the meme age that we live in, right? The soundbite age that we live in. So the quote goes like this: laziness has some people believing that they have an unfair life. If you do nothing, you will get nothing, right? So let that sink in. Laziness has some people believing they have an unfair life. If you do nothing, you will get nothing. So the second half of that, I agree with. There's nothing to argue with that. I mean, if you don't do anything, then nothing will happen, right? So that stands alone. But the first sentence, laziness has some people believing they have an unfair life. I think the two sentences together aren't necessarily related. I feel that we throw around these quotes way too easily without really digging into the subtext, again, the nuance of the topic at hand. If we're talking about laziness, I think the only person you can really apply any kind of adjective like that to is yourself, right? If you're being introspective, if you're on a personal development, personal growth journey, then you want to address things that could potentially be holding you back. Laziness might be one of those things. Of course, I don't want you to own that and to call yourself those things. I don't want you to affirm your own laziness. But if laziness is something that gets tossed around in your vernacular, in your conversations, make sure that the primary person you're talking about is yourself, in a way that, of course, is something that you're working on. When it comes to applying these adjectives, an adjective like laziness, to other people, I don't think it's really fair. And I don't think there's any way for anybody to say that another person is doing nothing, unless you're intimately involved in their life on a day-to-day, and even then it's impossible. But unless you're really closely tied to an individual, none of us can say that anybody else is lazy or is the result of their life is doing nothing. It presupposes that we know that they're doing nothing for the sake of doing nothing, and that's not really fair. The laziness in this case is a judgment that people are making of others. So the quote would be more accurate to say laziness is a judgment people make of other people when they make the judgment that they're not doing enough. And again, that's not really fair. Who knows what's going on in other people's lives? Who knows what struggles they might be going through that they're having a hard time with. This particular meme, this particular quote, and this post completely ignores any of that, right? And it completely throws understanding. It completely throws compassion. It throws all of that out the window. It throws out the window of benefit of the doubt that maybe that person is just having a hard time, and maybe that person needs help. To excuse somebody as being lazy, it really excuses yourself for not helping them at all. You're just passing judgment. And really, in today's world, when we all need help, the last thing I would want is somebody to pass judgment on me as being lazy. If I need help, I would love for my community, for my friends, for my tribe to reach out to me and say, hey, what can we help you with? As opposed to be like, Ronnie's just lazy because he's not doing anything. He's just sitting on a mountain and thinking things and not actually taking any action. is not true. I mean, I know it's not true for myself, so I'm not going to assume that of anybody else. So when you see posts like this, really, really work hard to think about the nuance of what the message is saying, because I mean, honestly, 9 times out of 10, it's not accurate at all, and it closes you off to your own innate compassion and ability to give understanding to people, and that's what we need more in today's world, I think. Right? All right. So that's my message for today. Don't judge people. Give people the benefit of the doubt, because you never know what they're going through. All right. All right. So that's the message for today. Have a great rest of your week and have a great weekend. And we'll see you on Tuesday with a fresh new one. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.